Hello, just before we start this ghost story, the context in terms of the building and why it might have haunts in it is in the Dome history video. The link will be down below. And the story that I'm about to read is from the world of Wolfston. Again, the website link will be down below. And this is the accounts from a gentleman called Carl. The magnificent Dome in Buxton is a fantastic and beautiful building. I was lucky enough to work there for a few years, just after it closed as a hospital, through its change into a uni and whilst it was open as a uni. Many a strange thing happened over the years, and these were witnessed by myself and others. This first one was witnessed by myself only. I had just done a full patrol of the entire site. It was a summer's night without any breeze. I was the early hours, and only occasional sound was the odd owl. I stood outside the old original doors, as I often did, having a smoke, when I heard the sound of children's laughter. It couldn't have been clearer. I realised it was coming from behind the main door, where only a minute or two earlier, I was stood. I thought that a group of teens had sneaked in and hidden from me, and I quickly slid the key into the lock and burst into the hallway to confront them, only to find myself standing alone. No kids, no laughing, and no sign of anyone inside. The same thing happened on another occasion too. The only difference was, I was already stood in the hallway, and the children's laughter seemed to be surrounding me. Another tale from the Dome. I was once stood inside the main entrance, as I had done hundreds of times before. Now, when it was the Devonshire hospital, the upstairs floor was tiled, and outside of each room was a carpet runner. It was a quiet, still night, and from the far left-hand side, I heard ladies' footsteps walking towards where I was standing. The sound tip-tapped over the tiled floor and made a muffled sound as it crossed that carpet. Then again, tip-tap of the tiles, and then the carpet. It kept walking until it stopped right above where I was standing, turned around, walked back to where it started, and simply just went silent again. In went to investigate, but there was no sign of anybody. That's weird, but the weirdest thing is that at least 3 weeks before the incident, the builders had ripped up all the carpets and tiles, leaving just a concrete floor. So how did this woman's footsteps still make the sound as if it was walking on tiles and carpet? Another time whilst on patrol, when Chiswick House to the rear of the Dome was linked directly by an underground passage, myself and another officer witnessed the tunnel filled with smoke. We both thought that kids had broken into Chiswick House and set it on fire. We ran through the smoke to see if we could do anything, but as we entered through the glass porchway, the smoke disappeared. There was no sign of intruders, and certainly no sign of a fire. Another time I was showing some friends the former chapel, when a large block of wood was thrown towards us. It bounced several times, the whole length of the dome floor, which is quite a feat in itself, and impacted the wall next to us. Again, there was no sign of anybody other than us. I felt like a person or a spirit had passed through me as I stood on the stairs one time as I was locking up the former John Duncan School, a place that I had been tens of times without any event. A friend turned up and, without telling him anything, I asked him to stand on the same stairs with me. He did so and immediately said he also felt as if someone or something had passed through him. Moments later, he claimed to see a face looking at us through the door by the staircase. We soon left, as you'd imagine. Of course, I want to say a big thank you to Carl, who originally allowed the editor of the World of Wolfston site, DW, to post the story, and to the editor themselves. This is not my work, and I take no credit for such. Also, sorry Carl for my accent, which probably sounds nothing like yourself. But anyway, along with the links mentioned earlier, I'm also going to leave the links to my Cursed Skull video and the Peak Forest one, which both have similar stories. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the week, whatever you get up to, and until next time, ta-ra.